Hello students, welcome to the subject of productions and operations management. We are going to start today with unit number 3, that is facility layout. Let me just refresh the 2 units that we have already completed. The first unit of your syllabus of POM was related to the general introduction of what is all about production, what is operations, and how POM is related to a business or to an industry. We have seen various aspects related to productions and operations management, how the tangibility and intangibility is related to the production and operating of the services in the first unit. With that, we have introduced ourselves, or we have made ourselves very familiar with the term productions and operations management in the earlier part of the chapter. In the next unit, that means in unit number 2, it was facility location that we dealt. What was this chapter all about? Once a person decides, see, there is a chain of activity, and I have repeatedly said this chain since we have started with the subject, and I am repeating one more time that how the whole flow of the syllabus goes on. It was, what is production? That means production is an activity starting or checking out or maybe converting the raw materials into the finished goods under a simple steps of process. That is what is said to be production. When we deal with say goods or tangible product, we often use the term like production or manufacturing. And when we generally take up with intangible services, that means when a person provides intangible services are always intangible. When he provides with the services, then he takes care that all the things, all the facilities are being provided to the customer or maybe the client. And when these services are created, the term that is generally used is said to be operations management. This is the basic difference between the two terminology. But we have also seen that over the period of time, it is the operations management that takes over the production also. That means once we say operation management, there is a consideration of production involved, and that is what we have learnt in the first unit. Now, once being a businessman or an entrepreneur, he decides that what to produce. That means whether I want to produce the tangible goods or whether I want to offer the intangible services. The next immediate question comes to me, if I am a businessman, then, or if I am an entrepreneur, I want to start with a production unit. Then the immediate question comes up that, okay, once I decide that tangible goods I want to produce, then the immediate question or the problem or maybe the decision that comes before me is said to be where to produce. That means where should be my location. Randomly we cannot select the location. You have to undergo the logical process that we have seen in the previous unit. Also, we need to consider so many factors, so many things we need to take into consideration, even to the extent that the mathematical or maybe say qualitative and quantitative methods or techniques or say models are also used, so that we can come to the wise and logical decision of selecting the location. That was the second immediate unit that we have dealt. Now in the continuity, once I decide what to produce, that means whether I have to go for goods or services, the immediate next second question comes before me is where to produce, and answer to it was lying in the unit of facility location. Now once my location, my site is decided, the immediate question before me or the decision that I need to take up is said to be how to produce. That means where or what type of layout should be there. That answer is available in this particular unit, which is known as facility layout. Now before starting the unit, we are going to introduce ourselves to layout. Now in a generalized term, What does a layout mean? What is layout? Layout is nothing but the arrangement. It's a kind of design. It's a kind of pattern that one decides as to how he wants to build his plant, how he wants to take his factory location, or how he wants to decide his factory layout, plant layout. That means how I want to arrange every facility within that factory, within that plant, and that design is said to be the layout. It's very interesting because we are going according to the flow of production, and that is why we can relate it very well. That first unit was all about whether to decide what to produce, second unit was answering the question where to produce, and in the third unit we are going to deal how to produce, means which manner, which design, which layout should be offered or should be selected by the person, whether he is manufacturing goods, whether he is providing the services, what kind of internal arrangement should be there, so that ultimately what happens is that he minimizes his cost, he reduces the time, he uses the best energy, and he does not waste it. For that he needs to pre-decide that what should be his layout, and everything related to this internal arrangement of the machineries, say equipments. There may be so many facilities available in a factory or in a plant, means starting from the foyer area, that means starting from the entrance, parking, foyer, administrative office, the production house, maybe the store room, maybe the material or tools room, maybe the power chamber, or there may be so many facilities that those facilities have to be provided, and how do you arrange it, that is also an art. And when you answer that which method should be used, how the layout should be arranged so that we are having smooth production flow, on the other hand we are not increasing the cost, we are not wasting the time, money and energy. When we try to minimize and control this through a particular layout, it is said to be deciding on this decision, that is said to be facility layout, right? In this was an overview of the chapter. Now in this chapter or in this unit, what are we going to deal? We are going to deal as many as 15 to 16 points, right? Starting from introduction, meaning, definition, need for layout decisions, scope, objectives, importance, layout planning, principles of layout planning, or maybe plant layout, layout problems, marks of a good layout, factors influencing, types of layout, merits of product and process layout, services facility layout, marks of the good layout for face-to-face services, etc. That means if you see the content, you will realize that we have also considered the services here. It's not only designing the production house, but it is also creating, or it is also designing or creating an arrangement when you are providing the services, right? When we deal with that area, it would be very interesting, because in services the layout plays very important role. Why so? Because we are dealing with the customers or clients face to face. When we are dealing with when we are providing the services, then we are dealing with the customers or clients face to face, means in personal we are dealing, and at that time how the ambience works, how the arrangement of the facility works, how the internal arrangement of the office or maybe whatsoever service providers place may be there, that works so much, and those areas also will be trying to check out in this unit, right? So overall it will be whether you are going for a production house or you are going for an operating unit, how the layout should be there, or what kind of layout should be opted by the entrepreneur or businessman, what things he has to keep in mind, and list of the concerned aspects. We'll be seeing it in this unit. All right, so let us whatever we have discussed, let us just try to jot it in the form of points. I repeat, always try to maintain the notes whenever you are referring the video lectures. Just see to it that you have a pen and a book with you, so that one by one you can easily jot down the points, you can easily relate how the flow of the unit or syllabus goes. So let us begin. Introduction. This introduction is related to what is facility layout all about. It is very simple, right? And once we start or once we start going in detail instructions or detailed introduction, we will come to know that how simple it is and how meaningful it is to learn here with the facility layout. Alright, now after choosing an ideal location for the plant, the question of constructing the plant arises. As a part of such decision, it becomes important to decide where to place the machinery, where to locate the stores, where should be the heat chambers, how the tool rooms or where the tool rooms should be there, where the toilets or fresh rooms should be located, how the canteen or where the canteen should be used or should be constructed, from where the parking facilities should be given, and where the other equipment should be placed. When we decide everything, that means overall designing, when we arrange this thing in a particular place for our convenience or for to take up the production easily and smoothly, it is said to be deciding on facility layout. We must understand that the flow of production depends upon how well these facilities have been placed or arranged in a plant or a factory. See, I would like to quote an example here that if you want to understand just the layout, you enter a house wherein every if you enter, you have to enter the house. There are two houses adjoining each other. Now once you enter one particular house, it is from the back side you have to enter. Then comes, once you enter, then comes, say, not the compound area, but immediately you enter through bedroom. After bedroom you enter, you go ahead and you feel that there is a kitchen there. Again, when you enter through the kitchen or you pass on the kitchen and you move to the further part of the house, you may find out the drawing room there, but drawing room does not have any entrance. Now the staircase is somewhere very far from the compound area to go to the first floor. The toilets or maybe the washrooms are quite away from the house. Now if such a kind of arrangement is seen, immediately what happens, what comes to our mind is that no, this is not the proper designing or architecture of the house. On the other hand, the adjoining house may be very decently designed. That means once you enter the main entrance or main gate, you get to have the nice compound or garden. In the garden you may have the lawn area. In the lawn area you may have the swing. Once you pass through the foyer area or maybe the compound area, the veranda, it is the main entrance. You get to see the drawing room. Once on the drawing room side, one side it is dining room, the other side it is kitchen. You pass on or you can see the staircase to move to the first floor, very adjoining to the drawing room. You may have a very nice staircase or maybe very spacious staircase to move up upstairs. Once you go upstairs, there are 2-3 bedrooms adjoining each other, but they are spacious enough, they are very well designed. Now obviously what comes to your mind is that this house has a better designing. Why? Because whatever the facilities are required, every facility is available. On the contrary, it is designed very well. In the same manner, if we enter or if we want to take up with production, it is very important to see that the flow of production comes up easily and it comes up smoothly without having any kind of hazards or without having any kind of interruptions in between. Why it is important? Because if that comes up smoothly, you are not increasing the production cycle. Production cycle जो न વધે તો તમારો સમય છે જે પ્રોડક્શનની અંદર એ મિનિમમ કન્ઝ્યુમ થાય છે. મિનિમમ કન્ઝ્યુમ થાય તો what happens is તમારો ઓવરહેડ્સ છે એને તમે કંટ્રોલ કરી શકો છો. If you can do that, what happens is ultimately you can fulfill the orders very well. And once the orders are fulfilled, that means the customer gets the satisfaction, and the satisfied customer is a retained customer. That means he'll come all over again and again to get the product from you. That will help to sustain the business also. This is how it is a kind of such an arrangement, or it is kind of such a decision which is very crucial on the part of entrepreneur, and that is why we are learning here immediately after we decide the location. Generally, in a well-designed plant, the material move in forward direction from raw material stage to the completion of the finished products. Here, the material do not move in the backward or zigzag direction because that's a time consuming process, and it will ultimately make the production process longer and costly also. That is what I just said before a minute, that once the designing is done properly, what happens is the material has a forward move, neither it comes up backward nor it has a zigzag or a crisscross roads or crisscross interactions of the materials. What happens is, as a result, it will be immediate waste of time, and that cannot be afforded. It will increase the process of production longer, and that is also not required. So to control that area, what is done is a proper layout is a must. Thus, a plant layout is the appropriate arrangement of machinery. Mind my words, they are very important. Thus, plant layout is the appropriate arrangement of the machinery, equipments, other industrial facilities, and the main purpose of plant layout is to achieve the fastest and smoothest production at the minimum cost. Thus, we can deduce that the following points related to plant layout. Mind my words. Thus, plant layout is appropriate arrangement of machineries, equipments, and other industrial facilities. Very, very important and simple meaning. If somebody asks you that what is plant layout, immediately you should be able to answer it that it is the appropriate arrangement of everything that we have in a factory or maybe in an industrial area, that may be including machineries, maybe equipments, maybe industrial facilities. When we arrange it in proper manner, why we want to do that? Because we want to achieve fastest and smoothest production at the minimum cost. If we want to do this, then a plant layout or a proper plant layout is a must. Now, with this help of the points, we will try to see what is plant layout all about. Often the efficiency of production flow depends largely on how well the various machines, production facilities, and employee amenities are located in the plant. If we want to know how efficiently the plant is going to work, then instead of having everything jumbled up in one particular area or maybe randomly placed in a different areas, what will happen is the first impression that comes up in our mind is that efficiently here people would not be able to work. On the contrary, if the plant layout is proper, what happens is how many types of machines you may be using, whatsoever production facilities we may have, whatever the employees' amenities are provided, everything has its own place, right? When you arrange everything at its own place correctly, it is considered to be having a good plant layout. So when the new plant is erected, the question of the placement of machinery at different places, the location of stores, maybe inspection cabins, maybe the tool rooms, maintenance wings, and other handling machines are likely to receive the priority consideration. That means there may be so many things that may be used, so many facilities we may have to use, and we may have to arrange. All these arrangements done at its proper place beforehand on a priority basis. That is what we do it under the plant layout. We know that a factory is a place where all the industrial activities are housed, right? Everything to produce is housed in a factory. That means is located in a factory. But if you jumble it up, if you haphazardly or randomly place things at an uneven distance, or maybe one thing is lying at one point of the building, or maybe one end, the other one is at the other end, and ultimately when you have to bring it together, it is a very time consuming process. Then that is not a done activity, or that's not actually the proper layout. And once we don't have the layout, we will not be able to have the smooth functioning. That is why certain specific requirements of administrative departments and the characteristics of the production department or production have direct bearing on the construction of factory building, and thus should be taken care of. It's not only that we need to have the production department working properly or maybe arranged properly. It is a combination of administrative and production department in most of the factories. And when we try to arrange administrative department properly, or we try to have the production unit placed properly, then what happens is it will affect the efficiency of the unit to work. It is observed that in a properly laid down plant, the movement of the materials from the raw material stage to the end product is smooth and rapid. Means if everything is arranged, supposingly if a raw material passes through 5 different machines, the series of the machine is such that after one machine, the second machine comes after second, it is the third, and it is fourth, and likewise. If we try to see that if things are arranged properly, what happens is the flow of materials from one end to the another towards the end product is smooth as well as rapid. That means it is also fast. Thus, the movement is in the forward direction. The material do not generally crisscross or go backward or forward direction for the further operations, and as a result, material handling costs are also reduced. Such arrangement constitutes the subject matter of plant layout. When we try to see that material handling cost is not increasing, there is no backward tracking or maybe the forward or maybe crisscross tracking of the materials, and everything is evenly happening or evenly flowing, then to make this even flow, the plant layout is a must decision. Many times, good deal of expertise is used by the management to secure a proper layout of existing plant. Even the professionals are being called upon. The expertised view is taken up on having the factory or maybe the plant arrangement done. The use of expertise is necessary because there is no one pattern set for all the plants, and the pattern of the layout may vary from firm to firm. It differs from one firm to the another, one industry to the another, depending upon the suitable factors governing the unit. That means once the there cannot be a single pattern or there cannot be a stereotype pattern for all the industry, because the requirement of the firm or maybe industry differs from one to the another. One industry may be producing a product, the other one may be producing B, the other one may be producing C, and it has its own characteristics. At that time we may not have a single pattern, and that is why the expertise knowledge is required. Maybe at times we need to have the viewpoint or the opinion of experts to see that we have the best suitable plant layout for our unit. Though the changes in the production design, you may have to, though one must also realize that yes, the plant layout is required, but at times there may be changes also required depending upon the production design. Maybe production method you may be changing, the size of the plant may demand the change or revision of the existing layout. Before moving ahead, let us clear the thing or maybe the difference. Right? That means though the layout is being set, it depends that what type of production you are going to have, what kind of design you are going to use, what kind of methods we are going to use, what will be the size, or what is the changes in the demand. Depending upon that, the plant layout may have to change its pattern, its arrangement. Right? Let us study the distinction between the factory layout and the plant layout. See, both the things are not one and the same. When I say factory layout, it's different, the meaning is different, and plant layout is a sub part of factory layout. How it works, let us see. The factory layout is a broad consideration, and it decides about the housing of all the activities inside the factory. That means factory layout is, factory is a place where we produce the things. Means it starts from its entry gate till the goods are being produced and dispatched for the market. Every facility that we require, we arrange it in proper place. That is said to be factory layout. Then what is plant layout? In relation to the factory layout, plant layout is a narrow consideration. Why? Because it concentrates on the arrangement of production and service departments along with the location and sequence of machines and equipments. That means when we say plant location or plant layout rather, then it is arrangement of all the types of the machineries, maybe equipments that we may use for production, how well it is arranged within the area. That is said to be plant layout, and that is why it is considered to be the narrow consideration. Factory layout includes all the types of arrangement of all the facilities that we may be using. So both are not interchangeable terms, nor they mean the same. So we have to get it clear before we move ahead. Now let us check it out with the meaning. What is the meaning? We have already discussed. The same thing has been placed here. Layout decision entails determining the placement of departments, work groups within the department, workstations, machines and stock holding points within a production facility. The objective, why we need to do this? The objective is to arrange these elements in such a way which ensures smooth workflow. A plant location layout refers to the arrangement of machinery, equipments and other industrial facility for achieving the quickest and smooth production at the least cost. The subject of plant layout not only covers the initial layout of the machines or other facilities but also includes improvement or revision of the existing layout in the light of subsequent development in the methods of production. Facilities management is an important strategic level decision taken by the organization. Thus, layout means the positioning of the various equipments, machines and department or facilities so as to maximize the productivity and value the space utilization. That means whatever space is available, how well can we utilize this space properly, keeping all the equipments, all the machineries and all the departments properly. That design, that pattern is considered to be the plant layout. Here we are going to talk about few of the inputs, that what it takes to have the plant layout. Specification of the objectives and corresponding criteria to be used to evaluate the design, the amount of space required and the distance that must be traveled between the element in the layout are common basis criteria. That means what amount of space do we have. If we have sparse, say the space which is vast or it is horizontal, then we can have the horizontal arrangement of the unit, right? But if we see that the space or the plot that we have used is small enough and the horizontal construction is not possible, then at that time we will have to go for the layers. So it is the area, the space required is very important, and what distance do we want to maintain. Keeping that point in mind, we will set our layout. Next point that we need to consider is estimates of the product or service demand on the system. That means if you are frequently demanded product, then you have to have the arrangement done like that. Next comes is processing requirement for the element is in the layout. That means what type of processes it undergoes and what requirement do we need to have. Upon that also it depends. Space requirement for the element in the layout and space available within the facility itself, or it is, if this is a new facility, possible building configurations. That means whatever the space we require for the elements or whatever the availability of the facility that we have, how can we use it, how new facility or the building can be constructed. All these inputs we need to consider. Here we are going to check out with few of the definitions. Right? Clear and comprehensive definition is given by Knowles and Thompson. They say that planning and arranging manufacturing machinery, equipments and services for the first time in complete new plant, that is said to be plant layout. Next, the improvement in the layout already in use in order to introduce new methods and improvement in manufacturing procedure is also considered to be the plant layout. Thus, according to Lundy, it is J.M. Lundy. He has defined it very well. Plant layout ideally involves allocation of space and arrangement of equipments in such a manner that overall costs are minimized. Means plant layout is what? We are allocating the space for each equipment, each machinery. We are arranging in such a way that we have the minimum cost there. The general definition is also provided, where we can say that plant layout refers to the arrangement and location of the different departments and of the different machinery within the department so that optimum, that means maximum utilization of space available can be made. Whatever space do we have, when we can make the best use of it, it can be considered to be having a good plant layout. There is one more definition here. M.E. Hurley says that plant layout involves the development of physical relationship among the building equipments and production operation which will enable the manufacturing process to be carried out efficiently. What is plant layout? It involves the development of physical relationship among what? Among the building, equipments or production operations. What happens because of that? So that manufacturing process can be carried out efficiently. According to G.R. Terry, plant layout is the arrangement of the machines, work areas and service areas within the factory. So by now, with the help of these definitions, we have come to know that what is plant layout. What is plant layout? Plant layout is nothing but the arrangement of what? Of all the machineries, all the equipments and the facilities that we want to have it for the production of a particular product. When we can why do we want to have it? So that we can run the production process in the shortest manner or with the shortest route, and moreover it will be cost effective also and time effective also. When we make such an arrangement, it is said to be the plant layout, right? Here we are going to tell something about the need for layout decision. Now what are the needs? Why do we need to do that? Most common reasons to design the new layouts are why we want to have the layouts done. It may be for the new plants, it may be for the existing plants. When it comes to new plant, why do we need to have the layout? Here layout is one of the key decisions that determines the long run efficiency in the operations. Number 2 or number B, layout has many strategic implications because it establishes an organization's competitive priorities in regard to capacity, processes, flexibility and cost, as well as quality of work, customer contact and even the image at the time of services. Right? An effective layout can help an organization to achieve a strategic advantage that supports differentiation, low cost, fast response for flexibility, and the D tells us that a well-designed layout provides what? An economic layout that will meet the firm's competitive requirement. That means why do we need to take layout decision? These all 4 points tells us that if we want to take up why it is important or why we need to do that, because the layout is considered to be the key decision. It has its strategic implications. In the third point, effective layout helps to achieve the low cost, fast response for flexibility, and a well-designed layout provides economic layout which meets the firm's competitive requirements. These are said to be the need to have the layout decision for almost the common reasons, right? Here we are going to see with need for redesigning. When the redesigning is needed. Redesigning means already set plant is there and for one or the other reason we need to just see it that it has to be redesigned. It has to be again created. Again the layout is to be fixed. Then in such a cases why it is required or when such need arises. Number 1, in case of inefficient operations, that means high cost, bottlenecks operations etc. are there. In the existing plant is such which incurs high cost or maybe bottlenecks. I have explained the meaning of bottlenecks earlier also. Bottleneck is nothing but a kind of congestion. Congestion means the congested situation where inflow and outflow is hindered. That situation is considered to be the bottleneck. હવે આવી કાંઈ પરિસ્થિતિ હોય કે જેમાં ઓપરેશન છે એ inefficient થઈ જાય છે. શું કામ? Because the things are not arranged properly. Then at that time we need to redesign the layout. Next, number 2 reason why do we need to redesign it? When there are often accidents created, maybe health hazards are there and there is low safety. Under the situation of accident, suppose few factories are such because of its arrangement, say close arrangement of the machinery, there are frequent accidents arising or maybe happening, or because of that what happens is the employees are not safe. Then at that time we need to redesign it. The third reason is change in the product, design or services. Altogether there is a change in the design of the product or maybe the types of services that we are providing. Then in such a situation we need to redesign it. The next one comes up is introduction of new products or services. Supposingly already existing product has its own setup, but you are introducing a new product or services, then at that time definitely we need to redesign. Next is changes in the volume of output or product mix changes. That means when the volume of output is changed, suppose initially you had 200 units per month, but because the demand has increased, every month you may have to produce 500 units. Then the existing facility or the existing layout may not be enough. We need to redesign it. Then at that time we have to redesign the whole arrangement. Next comes up is changes in the processes, methods or equipment. Altogether, if we are trying to make the changes in the process, suppose initially we used to take up with a kind of process. Now over the time we have deduced, or we have come to the conclusion that Z process is a better one. Then if you want to set up everything related to Z process, we need to change the layout. So when we are trying to change the methods, we have or equipments or processes, we have to make the changes in the layout as well. Next is changes in the environmental or legal requirement. Supposingly initially when you had your plant had such an arrangement which caused a lot of pollution, but now the legal constraints are there. Now that you have to be very much environmental conscious, then ultimately what you have to do is you have to make the arrangement in such a manner that we give the lowest amount of pollution. So then at that time again there can be the redesigning of the layout which is demanded. The next part comes up is said to be the low employee morale. See, when employees are working or when people are working, and if they do not get a conducive environment, that means if they do not get the enough space between the machines, enough space between the people to work, or there is not a ventilated space to work, or there is no recreational facilities, or maybe canteen facilities are not available, maybe the say parking facilities are not sufficient, washroom, toilets or ventilation is not enough. In such a kind of situation, what happens is employees do not get a boost to work. That means they do not get boosted up, or their morale actually goes down, and that will affect the productivity definitely. To avoid this, to create high morale for employees, many a times such a kind of atmosphere is being created with the help of nice layout, with nice ambience, so that their productivity increases, and that is an indirect kind of profit, or maybe indirect kind of advantage to the unit also. So such a kind of redesigning may be required in this situation. In which situation we need to redesign? When the existing one is inefficient, there are chances of accident, health hazards and low safety. We have the changes in the product design or services, or maybe there is introduction of new products or services. Maybe the volume of output changes. It may be say we need to produce high volume of products, or it may be totally we want to cut down the volume of production. At that time also there may be layout designing changes required. There may be changes in the process, or maybe the methods or equipments. There may be kind of environmental constraints, or maybe the legal requirements are changing, and due to that we need to make the changes, or because the present employees feel that they are having a low morale because of the present situation, or maybe designing. Then in these situations we need to redesign the layout. So by now we should be clear that what is the redesigning or what is the layout. Then layout is considered to be nothing but, in a layman's language, એ શું છે તો કે એક ટાઈપનું અરેન્જમેન્ટ છે. કોનું અરેન્જમેન્ટ છે? તો પ્લાન્સ, equipments, or all those facilities that we are taking up or we are using for the production of a particular product. When we want to make the changes, when we want to produce something with minimum hazard, with minimum efforts, then at that time we need to see that our production cycle do not entails or do not extend. When we want to check out with the production process, or when we want to see that the production is not being extended, then at that time we have to also see that we have to check the designs. We have to see that the design or maybe the arrangement is such that does not increase the production cycle. To check out all these, we have to have the production layout or maybe the plant layout done in the most efficient manner, wherein we are using the minimum space, or maybe the space is utilized optimum. We are checking on the overheads, as well as we are trying to see that the running of the business or running of the production is smooth enough. So this type of arrangement is considered to be the plant layout. So in the further part of the sessions, or maybe in the further lectures, we'll be taking up with the few more aspects. So here we are ending up with part 1, right? The topic or the chapter that we have initiated today is facility layout. Once the person decides what to produce, then he decides where to produce. Here it is a question to the it is the answer to the question how to produce, wherein we are deciding, we are making the arrangement as to how the production can be efficiently done. This is what is known as facility layout, right? When we meet next, we shall be checking out with more different aspects of facility layout. By that time, it's goodbye from my side. Stay safe and stay happy. Thank you.